I am Tina Swonger here at Family Flavors, The Slide, WBN. Thank you so much, Sage and Phoenix, for allowing me to be here. This is my first time being at a radio station or on a blog or social media. This is kind of new to me, but I have never been one not to face my fear. I have a lot of fear around a lot of things, but you can't get to the other side unless you face them head on, and that's where I'm going. So today's topic
is you.
But it's not going to always be this way. To begin with, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about who I am, what I'm about, where I came from, and where I'm going next. So that's going to be the basis for the show. And then eventually what I'm going to do is I'll have some people in the community that I can interview and also get an idea of what is important to the community and give back as well. So,
all right. Well, the big question is for everybody right now is, who is Tina Swonger out here in Colorado Springs?
Psycho. Absolute psycho. Okay, the topic of this, and this is kind of where I'm at. Hey, how you doing, Phoenix? Oh, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Your hair looks awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparkle, you need to meet these people too. So, anyway, rags to resilience, purpose and grit for the entrepreneur. That's kind of, that's it in a nutshell. Okay, show's over. No, just kidding. So, thank you for having me here. I really
It's
appreciate it.
It's been a huge pleasure having you here, especially a part of the family. Like, you've been a great asset and a great member just joining us, period. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring to the team for sure. So tell me.
Go ahead.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself, professionally speaking. What have you done here in the last 32 years, I see? Tell me more.
Yeah, well, I came from rags to resilience. Came from St. Louis, Missouri, 15 years old. I was afraid for my life. I had been shot in the back. I'd seen people murdered. I was, it was pretty tough. And I knew that I wouldn't survive and that I would probably die or end up in prison or something. But right now, I am professionally a successful entrepreneur. I'm a real estate broker. I have been for the same amount of time I've been sober, which is really amazing.
That's amazing.
I'm also an investor.
Nice.
I am working on my first book, and I am a national speaker. I've started speaking for the Celebrate Recoveries in town, Springs Rescue Mission, because I believe there's a lot of hurting people out there. There's a lot of people who really need to have hope, people who have given up or who think that everybody else has given up on them too. I am living proof that is not the case.
Right.
That I could, and not only that, I didn't give up on myself either. And that's really important. Personally, I am a wife of 25 years.
Congratulations.
Mother of 5 sons.
Wow.
And I have 10 grandchildren.
10?
10. Yep.
Grandma.
Mamaw.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Your family's growing massively.
I know. I figured I was going to repopulate the earth all by myself.
Well, you did a damn good job. That's amazing. That's amazing. So since you're out here, you've been doing your thing for 32 years out here, sober and thriving out here, and that's amazing. What do you, where do you plan to move forward, or where do you plan to lead? It was like, what lead? I just got a tongue tied.
We got you.
Oh, okay. What lead are you doing with
what led me up to where I am today?
Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. What led you to what you're doing today? Like, why are you doing these things? Why why are you passionate about doing these things?
So, everybody who gets into a career and gets really darn good at it takes a look at their life and says, what's my purpose? Where do I go from here? Where is, what's next? For me, I've sold probably, 1,500 houses. My husband and I have done 65 fix and flips, where you buy a house, fix it up, resell it. I owned a motel, I owned a restaurant, I owned a bar. Oh, yeah.
Stop it, woman.
Well, I'm exploring all options.
You're doing it all.
Owning the motel was bad news.
Really?
I need to stay in my lane.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm still paying for that thing 20 years later. It's crazy.
Said no more.
Yeah, motel for me, not a good idea. Restaurant either. I loved cooking food, but yeah, this is.
So what I see is that, you had a rough upbringing, and you left your home when you were 15. Is that right?
Yeah, against anybody's knowledge, I was full of you-know-what and vinegar.
All right.
No, seriously, my family did not have. I didn't learn a lot. It was more, I am not worthy. I was a burden. I would never amount to anything. I was stupid, uneducated. I had a brother who was special needs, can't say the R word,
right.
But that's what I was teased about. I had another brother who just died of alcoholism. My father passed away, of cancer. My mom passed away, emphysema, because she smoked she smoked nonstop, 3 packs a day, cigarettes. And get this, I quit smoking May of last year. All forms of nicotine. It's amazing.
That's amazing. So you can do it too.
You know what? I did a lot of, drugs and alcohol all the way up until the time I was about 24 in 1991. The only vice I could not get rid of was nicotine. And I fought it, and I fought it, and I fought it. And I went to church, and the pastor says, you got to keep your temple clean. Oh. And So cigarettes do not keep your temple clean.
And you're feeling pretty good now. I bet you when you smell it, you're just like.
So I'm hiking, getting ready for a marathon.
What?
Jumping out of airplanes.
Stop it. You're climbing walls.
Right?
That's great.
I have energy, enthusiasm. Okay, so let me just tell you, when I came here when I was 15, I had no mentors. Nobody to put me through college, no silver spoon. As a matter of fact, my pet was a rat named Herman that climbed up through the bathtub. Seriously.
All right.
My dad wouldn't let us have an animal because he says we can't afford it.
Oh,
so
wow.
we ate government cheese and government peanut butter, duct tape on my shoes. I mean, it was bad in St. Louis. You know, this is like East St. Louis. So I knew I did not have a future there, even at 15 years old.
You're like, this ain't for me.
It ain't for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
No. There is a better life out there. So I used to watch, back in the day, because I'm like, I've been around for a little while,
Yeah.
I used to watch Leave It to Beaver and the Brady Bunch and all of that. And I was like, boy, those parents are nice to their children.
You're like, where did I miss out on that?
I know. Why aren't my parents nice to me? What? They had support and guidance.
Being a nice girl?
Huh?
You said what?
I was not being a nice girl.
Like, but why?
But why? No. Okay, so my mom, I don't know if you ever saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Did you?
No.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I should put that on my watch list.
Yeah.
You said yeah, no.
So back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s, they used to do shock treatments. And my mom was manic depressant. So they thought they could, do some shock therapy. and straighten her out. But they gave her all kinds of drugs, lithium and Dilaudid and
Which didn't help
Valium
anything.
on top of this. So basically she was a walking, breathing vegetable. So I'm the oldest sister, so I got to take care of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And also at 12 years old, I was in charge of her drugs. And I was supposed to make sure that she didn't overdose,
Mm-hmm.
because she had already a couple of times. And unfortunately, at 12, I resented that.
Okay.
I resented having a special needs brother who got more attention and had to take care of my little brother who was emotionally damaged.
You had a lot of responsibilities on you using him.
Yeah.
Age, yeah.
And I was like, this is not for me. My friends basically had, ended up either in jail or
Mhm.
dead or, under a bridge, homeless. But so I was 15 and I came here from that environment, living in a car, trying to figure it all out, right? So I'm living down here in Dorchester Park.
Okay.
I'm begging for food at the Marion House. I'm living in the job service parking lot in the back of a station wagon at 15.
Wow.
I finally got a job at the Dunkin' Donuts down there in Oak, Colorado City. While living in the car in the parking lot, the manager, God bless her, she saw what we were going through and she believed in me, and probably the only person that had really believed in me up until that point.
Mm.
I didn't want to tell my mom and dad where I was because I didn't want them to come get me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back into that environment. I felt bad for my two brothers that had to stay behind,
Yeah.
but I wanted a life. I wanted a family.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the dream. I wanted to make sure that, I survived.
You initiated without knowing what you were getting yourself into, but you knew you had to do something to get to that part.
I had to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Shake it up. No fear.
You're right.
Face it.
So
Run.
figure it out.
Figure it out. Those are yes. There's probably more of them out there. We're not going to talk about that.
Please and thank you. So during all that, in your triumph of getting yourself on your feet, meeting the people that you met, good and bad, who are some of the mentors and the people that you looked up to get you where you are now?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so I never had any formal training.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I did not get a high school. I left when I was halfway through my sophomore year.
Wow.
Of high school. So I didn't even have a GED, didn't have a diploma, nothing. So I had to learn about life from just by observing, by asking questions, watching TV.
Yeah.
That Brady Bunch was my mentor for a while growing up.
All right.
But so, basically I started reading voraciously. Now, keep in mind, from the time I was 15 to the time I was 24, I had this hole in my heart, like something was missing.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like there's got to be more out there. So I tried to fill it with drugs, cocaine, alcohol, relationships, and y'all know what I mean by that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Fill in the void.
Fill in the void. I was really, really struggling. So what happened is it didn't work, did not work. And I knew the people I was surrounding myself were not going to help me.
Right.
I knew that unless I went to somewhere else to find the information to be a good person that I knew I could be,
Mm-hmm.
and offer the kind of love and guidance to my family that I was currently working on.
Yeah.
I was a single mom of 3 young boys, after all of the bad relationship.
Right.
And I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, all the shame, all the guilt, all of the, unworthiness, helplessness, all that kind of stuff. It was all over me. But I knew there was a way. So I started reading.
Okay.
I'm reading Mel Robbins, Brene Brown, Jen Sincero. I'm listening to James Clear. I'm listening to Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Hal Elrod on how to get up in the morning. Anything that I wanted to know was in books. And any person that I wanted to emulate, I talked to them. I made sure that I had people that were going to help guide me. A couple of ladies here on my Trudy and Sparkle are instrumental in that.
Oh, wow.
You.
Thank you.
You. And Phoenix. I mean, anybody that I invite into my life right now, it's because they have the same heart. And because they want to do things the right way when nobody's looking. And that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with. That's the kind of people that help me grow and be a better person and learn more and give experience, strength, and hope to. Now I want to give back.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Oh my God, it's amazing. And you are giving back. You're giving back with your story.
That's why I'm doing this.
Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise, there ain't no reason for me to be doing this because this is vulnerable.
And that's amazing. I feel that, when you're looking at even like platforms that we have now, YouTube, Instagram, our young influencers, there are a lot of older generations that are out there just now putting their best foot forward to put out their experiences and what they've been through. So people like you even inspire me and help me do my part and do my job. So I appreciate you coming through here and giving out your story, because there's a lot of people who don't know what you've been through. They don't know what it's like.
There's a lot of people that
they haven't, even if they haven't or have, you can see right here your prime example that you can get through it.
Oh yeah,
you got this.
Yeah. So one of the things I did want to share, because I did write a few things down because I didn't want to forget. I believe when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And you might want to write these down.
Let me write it down.
Okay. I focus on the 5 F's by Marie Leslie.
5 F's
by Marie Leslie. Right. I want to give credit where credit's due because it's really amazing. It was another book that I read.
All right.
She is the author of Resources for a Productive and Creative Life, which is like talking to me. So the 5 F's are family, faith. A lot of you know this, I'm sure, but this was a revelation to me. Family, faith, friends, finances, and fun. At different times, I focused on different areas from the following mentors. Even the manager at the Dunkin' Donuts who let me work there so that I could, feed my family.
Yeah.
Everybody, like I said, everybody that I meet made a difference. I will study, admire them for what they have to teach you, both for good and what to stay away from. There are a lot of really toxic people out there that we have to learn to stay away from. There's people that maybe we think we deserve,
but you don't. You don't need it in your life. And when you recognize that part, it's okay to walk away. It really is.
And it's beneficial. If we don't think we have self-worth, then we teach people. We teach people how to treat us. If you think that you're not worth anything, you will go to somebody and tell them without saying it or even possibly knowing it, treat me bad because that's what I deserve. And what we got to do is recognize that, be self-aware, and change the dialogue.
Yes.
Do not treat me poorly. Do not treat me less than because I have value.
And you don't have to accept the BS as well. Walk away. Cut it out. End it. Find another path. Find other people that you resonate with, period. Because that self-discipline is self-love. And that's a quote that stuck with me for a long time. Self-discipline is self-love. When you're taking care of you and you're eliminating the BS that is around you, whether it's people, situations, things in your life, whatever it is, if you want change, you have to initiate it.
Yes.
You have to do it. Not someone else, not hoping someone's going to hold your hand. You have to do it. And you've done it.
If you don't make a plan, you become part of somebody else's plan.
There you go.
That's facts. Ooh, that's a good one.
It is.
All we got to do is pay attention. So I have like 125 books on my Audible. So when I'm hiking out the incline up there, I got my Audible on.
She's like, yeah,
I believe.
in the rocks. Yeah.
And I tell you what, Trudy's the girl, she's on my Facebook Live right now. She hiked the incline. She was my motivation. Yeah.
And I hear you're about to do a marathon too.
Oh, it's going to be a while.
I'm going to be running.
I got to
with you,
get
so
back.
I got you.
All right, girl.
Yeah, I've already done a half marathon. I've already done. Yes.
Ooh,
There's a lot you don't know yet, but I will tell you some
I
things.
can't wait to get to know more about you. Awesome.
I got you on that.
So Trudy's a beast. Yeah. Come here. Trudy is a beast. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sparkle. I don't know enough about Sparkle, but I'm working on her.
All right.
She's a blessing. Okay. Let's see.
Your other motivators that you have here. I hear you have a broker.
Oh, my broker. Yeah. Okay. So I work for Remax Properties, and I've been working with him, my entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of became a father to me.
That's awesome.
He doesn't even know it though. But
He knows
when
now.
you pay attention, I know he does now. Oh. But he started Remax Properties here like 40 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got 4 different offices. He's totally on the bleeding edge of real estate, and he's still doing it. And he's amazing. He's got his sons working there, but he gave me grace. And he was a total blessing to me, along with several of my other real estate mentors. But that was huge. That was just huge, because when somebody believes in you, that's why it's so important for me to give back, because then I can show people that I believe in them.
Oh, that's such a true statement, because when you're seeking for validation or you're seeking for acceptance, sometimes you don't get that. But when someone truly sees you and your light, and they believe in you, and they know you got it in you, that just amps you up even more. It amps you up to do what you need to do to make sure that you, follow through, and you give them the validation of that belief. Like, yes, everything you put into me is that part right there.
When you don't believe in yourself, and somebody comes along and says, I believe in you, your whole paradigm shifts.
It does.
Everything that you say and feel and think shifts. Even if it's teeny little bit.
Just giving a chance of that part.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I see something in you. Okay.
I see
believe
you.
Me. And when you feel that sincerity from that person, it really changes the ballgame. And if you follow through and you do that part, because you know that person sees you, not what's on the surface, they see you. You end up doing more. You end up initiating more of yourself out there to do that part and be more accountable, having accountability.
I want to be the support that lifts people up. Oh, you see my Band-Aid? This is from Toy Story. I was cooking last night. I was cooking sweet potatoes, and I was pushing the little thing and it sliced the whole top of my knuckle.
Dang. Oh, so now you just
the wrong finger.
Cook your potato finger. There you go.
This is my potato finger.
Oh, it's all good.
But I like my Toy Story Band-Aid.
Believe in the things you do, the actions you make. Even if you cut your finger while you're making food for someone you love because they believe in you, it is okay and worth it.
And I did have to rinse the potatoes off because I got
So I bet you all ate those potatoes too.
Yep.
So tell me, what is next for Tina Swonger here in 2023? Like, what do you got going on with you?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So much.
So I read the Gary Keller, The One Thing, which I don't pay attention to, that I've read 3 times. It's focus on one thing and get really good at it, and then move on to the next thing. No, that's not Tina. Tina's got to do 56 things all at the same time and hope for the best.
So you're like, oh, girl with all the arms and stuff, I can see it. Okay, Tina.
But I'm trying not to be that way. I'm trying.
You got this.
I got a little OCD, but I'm working it out.
No control issues?
No.
No, of course not.
No. So I've always had the heart of a teacher. Even when I was starting in real estate, brand new agents that were, newer than me, I would bring them along. So I knew that I wanted to teach. I knew that I wanted to give back. Dave Ramsey, he's Financial Peace University. He's also another one of my unknowing mentors, which is really great because there's a lot of unknowing mentors out there. But I want to give the credit where it's due because I want to give it back to them as well. That is also why I've loved real estate, all its ups and downs, and I'm very successful because of it. But I do want to move on with my life. I do want to seek a higher purpose. This has helped build my confidence so that I can share my knowledge, strength, and hope with others.
Nice.
Although our journeys may not be the same, the principles are.
That's true.
So I'm finishing my new book, and I'm always looking. This is really important, and I wanted to make sure I wrote this down so I could share this with everybody. I'm finishing my new book, but I'm not finished because part of it I'm looking for other people's stories to include in my book, and it's their stories of rags to resilience. And ladies, you have stories. Everybody has a story that they can share. And if you want to be part of the book, if you're okay, you can be anonymous if you want. You can have your first name, last initial. But if you've got a story you want to tell and I can incorporate it into my book, it's going to be Rags to Resilience. That's the name of the book.
And don't forget, we also have our show here, Rags to Resilience, here on Sundays.
Yes. Yes, yes, exactly. So this is my first show, but my next shows are they're gonna target different specific topics, and it's also
coming up from Rags to Resilience. What we're doing, how to get us to that part of being successful for ourselves, if not for the things that we're doing out here. Period. And everybody's story is different. Everybody comes together in different ways, so we can help each other get to those stepping stones. And get to that part.
But we're all perfect, whole, and complete. We are all perfect, whole, and complete.
Yeah.
And we all have gifts. And it doesn't matter where you come from. You know what? Somebody told me, he says, it doesn't matter where you are, it's how far you've come.
Okay.
And I was like, I got the Olympic medal.
Hey man, you can sell those in the back.
I came from way back. And I'm not nearly where a lot of other people are. And you know what? I don't have to be. Because I am
told to compare yourself to anybody.
No, but that was a problem before.
I understand.
Before I got the guts to come here, that was a problem. But, in going through it, it's and looking in the mirror, Mel Robbins, she's got the 5-second rule, to breathe. And then she's got, look in the mirror and high five yourself.
High five yourself. That's what's up.
Yeah. You know what? I want you guys to go to the mirror right now and look at yourself in the mirror and truly see yourself. How does that make you feel? Do you like what you see? Is what you see, are you not proud? Do you feel shame? Do you feel guilt? It's time to change.
And that's something I always used to tell a lot of my peers when we would be going through stuff is if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, and for me, I know who I am. If I hold that mirror in front of you, are you okay with looking at that person while you're doing these things towards me or making a situation however you're making it? Do you like seeing yourself do that part?
Right.
And like a lot of people, they don't get it. But when you actually, there's a mirror out there where it's not the reverse mirror, like how we see things. It's like the opposite. So you get to see yourself as people see you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it changes your perspective completely because you're like, who is that? That's not me. What is this mirror in front of me? No, that is you. That's how people see you. And if you don't like what you see,
got to work on that.
Work on that. If it makes you feel away, it's a whole thing for people.
And it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
Lord knows, I am a slow learner.
It all takes time.
So I also heard this, and I need to find out so I can give credit to this. But when you are having that self-conversation, that self-talk, and you're thinking about, how you talk to yourself, really pay attention because that's self-awareness. If you're constantly talking down to yourself, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I got too many wrinkles, my hair's a mess, blah, blah, blah. When you're talking down to yourself, think about it this way. You got a best friend that's walking right beside you. And that best friend is talking smack about you. You're fat, you're ugly, you got wrinkles, your hair ain't that. Would you keep that friend?
Would you? I know I wouldn't.
No. I'd replace it with a friend
It's going to encourage you,
and
uplift you, see you for who you are,
yes,
love you for who you are, accept the
Amen.
things of who you are, the things that you cannot change. I'm sorry, there is a quote for that. The Serenity Prayer.
Thank
you.
The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes.
I know that one by heart.
There we go.
Many years of AA.
But that's a strong quote to really just like repeat with yourself, because
Yeah.
that is life in the end. There's a lot of things we cannot change, but we have the availability to change things within ourselves and be okay with that part and just like
Nothing
move
is
around.
static.
No.
No. And even if you like where you're at and you decide you're going to keep it that way, guess what?
You're not going to see much change or fluctuation in your life. It's going to be
No,
stagnant.
you're going to go backwards.
Okay, well, that part too.
Yeah. There's no growth. Once you stop growing, you start dying.
Oh, damn.
Doesn't matter how old you are.
You just start
Doesn't matter where you are.
receding back into the...
Yeah. Yeah. Keep learning.
Get out into the
growing.
sun. Get some vitamin D in your life, you know? Really.
Yeah.
Go climb a
Exactly.
mountain. There's plenty around us out here in Colorado Springs.
Amen.
Amen.
That's why everybody likes coming to Colorado Springs. I'm not sure I like that. We've grown a lot. I came here in 1984. There was 250,000 people. Guess how many there is now?
Tell me.
750,000 people. And growing.
Here?
Here.
Springs.
Insane.
Wow. When
I
you
know.
think about the numbers, that's crazy. Because it
It's
doesn't
still
feel like that.
it's still a small town though.
It doesn't
really-
feel like that.
It totally is. It totally is. Because sometimes we wrap ourselves in a little bubble.
I'm in
We
a
go
bubble.
Yeah. We go to the same jobs, we shop at the same stores,
Yeah.
we do this. But we gotta, if we don't want to stay stagnant,
Yeah.
if we don't want to,
That makes sense.
we
You
gotta
know,
get out there.
I'm one of those
Drive
people-
to work a different
Look,
way.
I'm one of those people. I came from Austin, Texas, and I'm here in Colorado, so I'm one of those numbers. So
She had to come here.
I had to come. And I'm here. It's been 8 years, 9 years.
we
now.
like all of the transplants.
The transplants are such a thing, isn't it?
See, I came here when I was 15,
Mhm.
32 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm a native. I call myself a native.
Well, at this
I am.
point, you are a native.
That's right. I've been assimilated.
That's great. You got the good words today.
Right? I know.
So, since your time here in Colorado Springs, when you see in all the fields that you've worked in, what is your viewpoint as far as seeing women entrepreneurs out here in the game with whatever business that they're in? What is getting you going? What are you seeing? Is it good? Is it positive?
Oh, gosh. Yes. I can tell you all of the different demographics, all of the different minorities,
Mm-hmm.
all of the different people who have been somewhat oppressed or didn't have a voice. They're finding their voice.
That's amazing. This is
Yeah.
the year. Not saying this is the year for it, but we've been needing that part for women to
I'm more aware of it now, and I think that's probably part of it too, because I was not I might have been self-aware, but I wasn't aware of as much of everything going on around me.
Yeah.
But what's happened for me is I start looking around and looking at it objectively and saying, wow, this niche of society has really come a long way and is expressing their voice and is learning how to navigate the different things that are going on in the world. And I am just super amazed. I mean, everybody has biases.
Yeah.
Everybody has biases for whatever reason, because of something somebody said and told them and whatever. But I'm coming out and being aware, very hyper aware right now of how much beauty there is, how much positivity, how much strength, how many voices are out there and standing on their own with power and strength, you know, who are saying, I'm not stupid, I'm not uneducated, I have value, I have purpose.
I am worth it.
I am worth it. Yes, I am worthy. I am worthy.
All day.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because like me being out here in Colorado Springs for the first time and like really seeing the community and meeting people out here, I'm seeing that, you know, the women out here are, man, they're dominating. They're fucking making everything.
Yes.
Like they're doing it. Like I got all my paperwork ready for me. Let's go. I got my merch. I got my
Bring
website
it on.
that you want. That's what
Bring
I'm
it
about.
on.
Yes. And that's like more of a thing. I think the more that we progress in this year, and the more things that are available for women, period, to get out there and make their mark.
Yes.
Fucking take it, guys. Like, there's too many platforms, there's too many opportunities, there's too many options for you not to be doing something with yourself. You know what I mean?
You want to do something, you just make it happen. Because there's ways to do it. Nobody should ever have the self-talk that says, I can't do this because I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that, I'm the wrong what, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's got a voice, and everybody has the opportunity to express that, as long as they look at it from the worthy point of view.
And just look at yourself, and it's okay. Say, okay, these are the things I need to improve on. These are the things I know how to do. These are the things that I might suck at. Okay, what is the priority list, and how can I attack all these things to get me here by this point? Like, literally make yourself like, what do they call it? Like a prep list, or like a goal list, like a 3-month goal list or a month goal list. Don't overwhelm yourself.
Your vision board.
Your vision board. Your scrapbook. Your
Yeah.
whatever it may be. Get with your homegirls that you know got your back and say, what can I do? What is your perspective? I like asking my friends, like, what am I doing?
What? So when something exciting happens to you, are there people that you can't share that with?
Yeah, because I feel that my time telling them, or their time investing back, or giving me the feedback is not there. Like, I just don't want to. I don't know.
No. What? They don't want to see you succeed because it makes them look like they are less than.
That part. That was totally out of my mind.
You know what? I have been afraid to talk to certain people about my success.
Because you know that they would feel away.
And I don't want them to feel bad.
But that's not your
You know, that's a challenge. That's something I've got
It's the
to
part
work on.
that part where we give an F, one of those Fs.
Yeah, because I do care about people, and you know that's
not your fault that you're successful and you're doing these things. You're just, hey, look what I'm doing. And if they're like,
yeah, who do you think you are?
Right.
I know.
Well, you gotta eat that.
Right. That comes from the self-validation. It comes from the imposter syndrome. Because if I get sucked into that, then I play small. So my goal in life is to not play small.
That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
Don't play yourself small. Yeah. Don't be like this when you're like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heck
I wanna be what I was put here to be.
Motivator, an influencer, a wonderful mother.
Even though I don't know technology for nothing, but I'm learning.
It's
See,
okay.
that's one of those 56 things.
Catch her next month, and she'll be on point. Don't worry. She'll be having this down.
I'll be working on it. Yes.
So I see here that you are you plan on to join and speak for the Business Council of Realtors and Women's Chambers of Commerce.
That's my goal.
Tell me more about that. That's amazing.
So I have a lot of hard knocks experience and street experience, and just from learning and doing. Like back in 2008 during the crash, I was able to work on distressed properties and short sales. And during the hardest time of most people's lives, it was flat out soul sucking.
Wow.
So when people were about to lose their house, and if you're a veteran and you go foreclosed, you could lose your security clearance. So I was helping not only save people's houses, but their careers.
Wow.
And many years later, trying to get into, many years later, trying to get into them into another house. I had to help them fix their credit. I had to help them decide, what they were going to do for the rest of their life.
Wow.
Many of them came back to me and bought a house.
Okay.
Because I was with them during the hardest time of their life.
So they came back.
And I cared, because I cared about their legacy. I cared about their future.
Right.
And what I want to impart into the Women's Council of Realtors, the women's, all of these different the Women's Chamber of Commerce,
there you go,
is to give people strength to stand up for what they believe in and show their heart to people who need it, and be in it. Like, I want to serve. I want to give back. I believe in service before opportunity, not just a transaction.
Right.
And I believe that there are a lot of people in my industry that need to either learn it or relearn it. And and that's just my perspective.
I believe, I actually agree with all of that, because there's a lot of young women who are entering into the realty business and they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know how the business structure works or how involved or enthralled they have to be with their customers and with their business alone. If you're doing this by yourself, you're going to have way more on your shoulders. So I completely understand.
As an entrepreneur, I started my business myself. I grew my business myself with very important people around me who had more knowledge. And I don't know everything, so like social media, I had to get people who could help me with that or help me learn that.
It's a new thing for us all right now. I'm 36 years old. I've seen it all, but I'm just like, there's still more apps. And
you're a millennial?
Is that what that is? I didn't know. I'm born in '86, so you tell me.
I'm Gen X, but right by the cusp.
I feel like an old soul, so I'm getting with it.
You're awesome. You are so awesome. So anyway, it's not just about the real estate component, because our purpose spans way beyond what we do or what we have.
I can see that.
Yeah. This is who we are. What do we want to leave as a legacy? When I die and people show up at my funeral, what are they saying?
Right.
What's important to them?
What do they remember?
What do they remember about what kind of impact did I make on their life? My children. I want my children to say, my mother loved me and she was always there for me. Well, guess what? If I grew up where I grew up and I didn't make the choices and changes that I did, and I didn't learn from the people that I learned from, I would never have that to give back to.
Part of that giving back and being self-aware and conscious of your actions and how you're doing your everyday life.
How you're showing
these
up.
things, you never know what people are going to remember about you. It can be the smallest little thing, and sometimes those things stick with them for life. You know what I mean? And either people can let it go, whether it's good or positive, or they hold on to it. So
let me just tell you a real quick thing.
Yeah.
So right after I got clean and sober, I worked for a suicide hotline, because the first year is for you to get your feet and your stability. The second year, you start to give back, because that helps you stay sober, right? So if you can make it past the first year, you're very well supported. So I was on the suicide hotline up in Denver, and I came down here, joined another group, and got a call that says I'm going to kill myself. So I connected and I said, hey, you need to go to a meeting, right? I'm new.
Yeah.
This is early in my second year of sobriety. And so I go down, pick her up, and she's in a rat-infested apartment. She's like wired out of her mind, gone, sunken in eyes, everything. And I take her to a meeting. And, I didn't see her again. I tried calling, line disconnected and everything. So about 5 years later, I am at the 7-Eleven, and I'm, the gas pump didn't give me my receipt, so I had to go in. Right. Right. So I go in, and the lady behind the counter scared the hell out of me, because she goes, "It's you!" And I'm like, what? What did I do?
I just want the receipt.
Right?
Damn it.
She said, you saved my life.
What? Was it her? Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was by the great divine that you needed to go in and go get that receipt. There's reasons why it happened.
Even to this day, I get shivers because I'm like, wow, I can make a difference? Little me? Nothing me?
Yes, you.
Where I came from and who I am, uneducated, blah, blah, blah,
Yes,
blah, blah.
you. Yes,
That self-talk?
yes,
Yeah.
Tina. Yes, you.
So my life changed after that.
That's huge, and that's amazing. And just that one person.
To one person, you can make a difference. So, my mission is to change people's lives and make a difference. Yeah.
Everything. You're like, it feels so good. God damn it. That's addicting right there. That
Look at
that
this.
feeling, that love, everything, guys. It's everything. I love that. I feel that 100%. And I
Yes.
appreciate you for doing the things that you're doing and recognizing
I
that.
am not perfect. Not even.
Nobody's perfect, by the way.
No.
Just saying.
I still struggle.
Yeah.
I still have challenges. But I'm still going to keep going and do. I'm showing up. I'm just going to show up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up.
We're going to do it right, too.
Okay, what else we got?
So, I mean, like, we're pretty much at our wrapping up stage right now.
What?
What? I know, she's like, but it's so fun. So
I know, I'm having such a great time. Okay, so I made some more notes.
There you go. Keep going.
All right. Okay, so plan to join, speak to the Business Council of Realtors, Women's Chamber of Commerce. This is on my next chapter. So Tina's got a lot of chapters.
All right.
Right? And then grow my social media and content. That's what I'm doing right now. So
Yes.
I'm getting there. And then grow. I am 56 years old. What? I know.
She's young and beautiful. Okay,
Yes,
56 and going strong.
I have gone through so much trauma and trials, and the universal energy I call God has given me gifts to share with positive energy for others that need a little guidance. I still plan to always give back to the community and continue to grow and learn. My mantra is, if there's somebody else out there that does what I want to do and they're doing it, if they can do it, so can I.
Yep. And so can you guys too. Like, anybody can really get back on their feet and or change the circumstances that they're under by just initiating that motion. It really is that part.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, look, I've got some more friends here.
Hey guys, welcome.
Jahan Davis, thank you. Jada Jones, beautiful. Thank
So I'll ask
so
you
much.
this, what do you have coming up this week that we can all tune in on and let us see what's going on?
So, I love doing this so much. I'm going to learn how to also, what do you call yourself?
What do you mean,
like an MC or?
We'll be a radio host.
A radio host?
Yeah, I mean, that's if we're in front of the camera right here.
Okay, radio host.
Yeah, radio host, Miss Tina here, and the instructor, if you will.
So, I'm going to interview Jen, and she's with Macaroni Kid. And tell me, do you know much about Macaroni Kid?
Yeah, I know a little bit about Macaroni Kid. Right here is in Colorado Springs, and the event's called Find Your Family Fun. It's an interactive resource expo in the El Paso and Teller County area out here. It's going to be on Saturday, May 6th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at UC Health Park. There's going to be information online. Just type in Macaroni Kid, Colorado Springs, and Miss Tina here will be doing a interview with Jen, going over those details and what to look forward to with Macaroni Kid in their event. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a hands-on experience with you and your family and your kids. Let's see what else they have. It's free to attend, open to the public. There's going to be hundreds of local businesses on site with interactive engagements available for everybody. So it's
Oh my gosh,
really,
sounds like
really
fun.
fun. Yes.
Oh, it looks like you can even book your next birthday party, summer camp, school events.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
they got all kinds of stuff going on.
I can't wait to find out more about it. So that's going to be this coming up Thursday?
Yes, it's going to be Thursday here at Family Flavors The Slide, WBN. Go ahead and mark your calendar so you guys can tune in and look forward to that interview.
Awesome.
And where can we find you, Tina, if we're wanting to get a hold of you or see what you got going on any social?
My little notes for social media.
Yes, fill us
in. Let's see. Let's see. My Instagram is Tina Swonger 17. So because I got my hands in about 53 different pots, I have a Instagram for my speaking career that I am growing, and my personal / real estate. It's Tina Swonger 17, SWONGER. That's how you spell my last name. It's not.
All right.
It's it's Swinger with an O.
Swinger with an O.
Tina
right.
Swonger 17. My Facebook is Tina Swonger, public speaker, and Tina L. Swonger is for the real estate. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for letting me go live. I'm so excited. And I think this is all going to work out just fine. I know I am having a blast doing it. It is part of the next chapter of my life. And hopefully I get to help some other people too. Thank you so very much. I'm going to sign out now. I think this is taping because I think live does that.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye. How did we do?
You did amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me get this going real quick.
Before you break. Oh, Rick Smith. Oh my God. So now what do I do with it?
All right. So
Do you know?
I'll show you how to get that going. Make sure all this is all plugged down and everything is stopped real quick.